The OECD points out in its latest survey that low tax revenues cause low public spending. 14 state-owned enterprises signed investment agreements on Thursday on $13.5 billion worth of infrastructure projects. A number of African countries have expressed interest in purchasing CN-235 and N-129 planes produced by PT Dirgantara Indonesia. Welcome to Regalado Daily Updates, highlighting important issues of global concern, including the World Economic Outlook. I'm Cecilia Regalado, and this is the IMF and World Bank Group Daily Updates from the Jakarta Post. The World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, or OECD, all of which have released their latest surveys on the Indonesian economy at the ongoing 2018 IMF World Bank Group annual meetings, share their views on Indonesia's utterly low tax to GDP ratio. The OECD points out in its latest survey that low tax revenues cause low public spending, which undermines the quality of services and exacerbates infrastructure gaps. Indonesia's tax base is narrow and tax compliance is poor, whereas increasing tax revenues is critical to financing investments and social programs. The IMF concurs, saying that since Indonesia's tax-to-GDP ratio is less than 11%, way below the 15% threshold needed to stimulate growth, the country cannot fully harness the potential of its 5.4% economic growth. Its tax-to-GDP ratio is also much lower than most middle-income countries. 14 state-owned enterprises signed investment agreements with a number of international corporations for infrastructure projects in Indonesia worth $13.5 billion on Thursday. The signing ceremony was held on the sidelines of the 2018 IMF World Bank annual meetings in Nusa Dua, Bali. Among the projects are a strategic partnership between PT GMF AeroAsia and AFI KLME&M of France, PT GMF AeroAsia and PT China Communications and Construction Indonesia, and the Indonesia Tourism Development Corporation, or ITDC, and the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, or AIIB. Other projects include a strategic partnership in the airport industry between state-owned airport operator PT Angkasa Pura II and PT Dana Reksa Sekuritas, and a strategic partnership between PT Inalum and PT Aneka Tambang with Aluminum Corporation of China Limited. A number of African countries have expressed interest in purchasing CN-235 and N-219 planes produced by state-owned Indonesian aircraft maker PT Dirgantara Indonesia, or PT DI. The two types of aircraft are on display at the Pavilion Indonesia of the 2018 IMF World Bank annual meetings in Nusa Dua, Bali, from Monday to Friday. The company eyed the African market because the CN-235 and N-219 were well suited to the geography of many African countries. PT DI would deliver 4 planes next year. Senegal had purchased a CN-235 plane worth $25 million. Nepal had purchased a CN-235 with maritime patrol configuration worth $30 million, and Thailand had purchased 2 N-219 planes worth $13 million each. So that is all for our updates of the IMF and World Bank Group 2018. Stay tuned at thejakartapost.com or read our daily newspaper for more updates and news. I'm Cecilia Regalado, signing off.